We need to change. Over this past month, I have learned a lot, and I am very grateful to the 1.4 thousand of you that are subbed. We are going absolutely insane, but the amount of falsities I have seen when it comes to this one game is insane. To this game that isn't even fucking out yet, and it's atrocious. I understand skepticism, but saying an entire game is doomed over one map that we literally saw a beta build of that had the majority of its own features cut out in a game with 2 maps and a 3rd one coming within a month of launch is insane. I'm going to talk about every single aspect of this. This will be the ultimate community critique because there needs to be change and we need a positive turnaround, because if not, then this community is doomed, and it won't just be because of a game, it'll be because of ourselves. I can only describe this community as one thing: cannibalistic. So first off, we're gonna mention his name for the 1000th time. So we got 2 videos to talk about, and we're gonna start off with the most recent one.
Treyarch is 100% lying about Black Ops 6 Zombies being more difficult than the past game.
Okay, so how are they lying in particular? Saying it looks easier when it's not out yet is kind of crazy. And they're talking specifically about Cold War. And at the very least, and I'm actually going to reference Chopper's video when I say this, but they literally said that they added armor plating to make it harder. I think it's stupid, yes, but you can at least acknowledge the effort. And you also don't know the layout or half of the shit going on with Terminus at all. And we all know it's about the difficulty of the map, not the game. So no, they're not definitively lying at all, and you have no substantial way to prove that in any way, shape, or form, outside of Duke Dennis getting to round 50 on one map in a beta build that was specifically made for creators like him to play.
And it's bizarre to me that Treyarch is advertising these high rounds as even harder than Cold War. And
you say even harder than Cold War as if that's a hard thing to do in any way, shape, or form.
How is it that Plants vs. Zombies now might actually have more replayability with the difficulty than Black Ops 6 Zombies? That in and of itself confirms that Black Ops 6 Zombies has a difficulty problem.
Yet again, you have no way to prove that as the game is not out yet. That's pure speculation and nothing more.
Something is bizarre, especially in Duke's gameplay, when you see walking zombies as well on round 40. And we haven't seen this since Black Ops 2 Zombies, where Treyarch decided to throw in a couple of walkers to throw off the player constantly hoarding zombies. Now, this worked in the older games because of the restricted amount of space you'd have in those titles, but this does not work in Black Ops 6 Zombies because there is just too much space in each of these maps. And you
show that while showing gameplay of you in an open ass field, especially a field that has more openness than the space that you currently cut from. 2, you don't know shit about Terminus, and the layout does look much more compact, so it'll probably be a deterrent in Terminus. So yet again, I call complete and utter bullshit.
With Black Ops 6, however, we're heading into a zombies title with no ammo management because of ammo boxes, no restricted areas, a field upgrade off spawn, 3 gobblegums to use whenever, and loadouts, and they think this game is going to be harder than Cold War?
Gobblegums have cooldowns, but everything else is right, I will say that. And yet again, making the game harder than Cold War is not difficult at all.
You can tell as well that loadouts return because Zombies is now designed to grind for camos, which just sucks because in the older titles, you didn't even have to play with the reward in mind to continue playing. It was the ambience and the immersion that continued bringing players back. And
no, that's bullshit. People come back for all sorts of reasons. High rounds and Easter eggs are big ones. It's a lot more nuanced than that. Don't imply otherwise. And plus, Terminus has a cool atmosphere anyway.
Friends, now they're making high rounds too accessible and the Easter eggs much easier, so what will be the replayability in the content?
They specifically stated they want to make Easter eggs incredibly harder than in Cold War with no in-map pings. Yet again, you say they are making the Easter eggs easier as if that's a definitive fact when it's not at all. You don't know shit. Do not act like you do.
The guided mode to me is like the complete antithesis of what Zombies is. Now, instead of trying hundreds of attempts to complete your first Easter egg and get to a high round, you will have the experience completely ruined for you and made super easy. What's the point in even having Easter egg guides? What's the point in even having a Zombies community that uploads on social media about the game? More players will then also be divided across all of these modes now, which is a huge issue that happened especially back in Black Ops 4 with the public zombie matches. It's like this game is being made for someone with literally no imagination or construct of being able to adventure by themselves. And to me, it's just downright not Call of Duty Zombies.
Okay, number one, this is a dumbass point. The guided mode comes out 1 month after each Easter egg is released. So the community has that amount of time to work together to figure out the Easter egg. And even then, the guided mode won't show us any side Easter eggs or even a super Easter egg if that's there. You're just fundamentally wrong about that. 2, honestly, some people probably will watch the Easter egg guides on YouTube instead of Treyarch's, because at that point, it's just personal preference. And 3, the guided mode isn't some fleshed out casual Black Ops 4 mode. It's just an Easter egg guide some people probably play once and that's it. It's not gonna fragment the player base at fucking all because it's not a full-fledged mode. It's not like you're getting to round 100s on the mode because it just teaches you the Easter egg and then the game ends.
Many players who got to play Terminus early even stated that the map was easy, so I can't even imagine how Liberty Falls feels, and I genuinely believe Liberty Falls will have more players than Terminus because it's designed for camo grinding. Black Ops 6 has removed more aspects of the original Treyarch Zombies mode, such as the difficulty curve and barriers, that it's obvious this mode is just being designed now for an XP grinder for Warzone players.
Okay, and you say some players, but then don't specify anyone at all. And yet again, I call bullshit even on their opinion if that's even the case, because all the content creators got to play barely at all, with also half of the map being disabled. So yet again, I call bullshit. It's not the final product. No one can say for sure. So Treyarch isn't even lying to me. You are the one lying to me. You don't even have the integrity to state that it's speculation. You just present it like it's fact and call it a day. It's bullshit. And honestly, I couldn't give a fuck what your personal preference is. The premise of the video is that Treyarch is lying, and you failed at every fundamental point to prove that as the case. You are misleading your audience for no reason at all. It's not fair criticism when it's based on falsities.
Look at this image. Now look at this image. Do you see the problem?
Look at this image and look at this image. Do you see the problem?
I'm disappointed in Black Ops 6 Zombies, frankly, and I want to start this video off by bringing up a tweet that I brought up that 99% of people genuinely didn't understand. And when I say people, I should actually rephrase that as Twitter goblins, because most of these people actually don't think with more than 5 brain cells. So I want to really talk about this specific response here, because I don't think anyone has ever really wanted to have the Primus crew return. We know they have died. The thing is what we're asking for is aura. We are asking for a zombies experience that doesn't look like an AI generated map. And to
wow, so it sounds like you're asking for Terminus then. Fantastic.
Reused enemies is just not it. It is actually mind-boggling that 4 years of development should have this little amount of variation across 3 studios all across North America.
Okay, 4 years of dev time I see thrown around almost as much as the Zombies as Warzone argument. Number 1, they had to make Vanguard zombies on an engine they have never touched. 2, they had to make the ranked modes of several games. 3, they had to make Modern Warfare zombies. And 4, they have to make content for the COD game that comes out next year as well. So do not act like it's a 4-year cut and dry development. It wasn't. But I do agree with his point on the overuse of manglers and the spiders being on Liberty Balls.
I will say, I do like the amalgams. I do like the vermin. I think new enemies are always interesting and cool. But the fact that they are already on both maps...
The amalgamation is only on Terminus. That's not on Liberty Falls. You're just wrong about that.
Less hand-holding. They've completely done the opposite of that.
No, they actually did that. Yes, I hate that ping and it shouldn't be in the base game, but it's not there for the Easter egg either. And we already addressed the guided mode. So yes, there is less hand-holding in Black Ops 6.
Better high rounds we're gonna really have to see when the game comes out. As
I kept this part here to show how Lex contradicts himself. You said that we don't know because the game isn't out, and then backtrack in your next video on Lex Lounge.
Treyarch is 100% lying about Black Ops 6 Zombies being more difficult than the past game.
I just found that ironic, that's all.
And again, a lot of the things that take away the aura are the things that Warzone has implemented. Like, I do believe Warzone has completely ruined the identity of what Call of Duty Zombies is. For example, I'm still not a fan of the loadouts. I think if you disagree that it ruins progression in the game, you're just absolutely factually wrong. There is no point to ever buy a gun in Black Ops Cold War, especially if you do the super Easter egg and then get your rarity to purple. You just continue upgrading your gun and then spin the box for the wonder weapon. Like, what is the point in even having other guns when everybody plays zombies in this Warzone system with a meta? Like,
so actually, specialized pack-a-punch is coming back this year. For example, the Mustang and Sally's are confirmed. You heard me right. In the background of what I'm talking about right now, you will be seeing Tactical Grandma, the Tactical Grandma, using the Mustang and Sally's. They are back. They are confirmed. That also means special pack-a-punch abilities are now basically confirmed. Do we know any other weapons? No, but at the very least, this shows that there could be more in the game. This shows that they are trying to make that happen. So that right there, that contradicts your entire argument, because that literally is a reason to use other guns or to buy other guns in the game. It's a lot more complicated this year than you're making it seem.
But it just has no soul. There's no aura behind it. And I think that's going to be the biggest thing that I state throughout this whole video. There's really just no aura in this gameplay. There's nothing that to me makes this look like zombies. And those two images I showed at the beginning of the video, it just shows you can't even delineate what's zombies, what's multiplayer, and what's Warzone gameplay. And
stop showing this shitty booty ass image. You can cherry pick all day. It doesn't help your case. It's stupid.
in the older games, you would take one glance, even without a zombie in the zombies gameplay, and know instantly what you're looking at. And
yeah, and you can do it in this game too. I don't know what your point is. You wouldn't see this in fucking Warzone. We're getting this with Terminus. I don't understand the stupid ass fucking point.
I also have to say, I know a lot of people, and even this tweet here was saying how the Pack-a-Punch is just kind of lifeless, and it is true. I mean, this is the Modern Warfare 3 Zombies Pack-a-Punch, where you just go up to it, click a button, and then you get the gun. I also have to say, like, when did the Pack-a-Punch just turn into a camo generator? I remember when in Black Ops 1, you'd put a gun in the Pack-a-Punch, and you genuinely wouldn't know what would come out. Like the M16 would have the grenade launcher underneath, or like the AUG would have the underbarrel shotgun. You know, all of that was what made the Pack-a-Punch interesting. But
the fact that you referenced this shit ass tweet is actually insane to me. Pack-a-Punch right now is the exact same as it's always been. You can just do it 2 more times for additional power. It's really not just some camo generator, but okay. And the introduction of custom Pack-a-Punch effects, like I said before, disprove your entire argument on this point.
Again, the fact that you can triple Pack-a-Punch and it's going to cost 50,000 points to do so is kind of whatever. I don't really like the system in Black Ops Cold War because, like I said, it just makes you want to keep the one gun that you spawned in with because you spent so much resources in the game on it that you never want to switch it. And that is probably the worst part about modern zombies. Now,
yeah, but most of that is with salvage, not even necessarily with the Pack-a-Punch system. If you took salvage out and put Double Tap 2.0 in the game, I know you wouldn't even be complaining about this.
Again, armor is coming back, and the fact that you spawn in with armor to me is just so soulless. You know that this is basically competing with Warzone players' attentions.
So yet again, we don't know if that's actually the case or not. And I just proved to you that the armor plates are there for difficulty purposes, not Warzone. And for some reason, you decide to reference Blame Truth's adopted failed abortion to prove really nothing at all.
You can mutate yourself and turn to this big ass robot motherfucking thing. Like, this shit looks fucking trash, my nigga. This is fucking Halo. What the fuck are we doing? This is not for classic zombie fans, and that's just what it is.
I mean, like, seriously, what's the point? This is the worst reference ever. He is nothing but a resident yapper.
There are rumors that a classic mode is going to be in the game. Now, from what I saw from the Mr. Rothwaffles video, they basically took out the code from the game, which to me is insane. Apparently, there's going to be a classic story mode, which is, again, the guided mode that you get, the classic regular mode. So I don't even know how that's going to be. Are they removing rarities? Are they removing armor? Is it going to be like simply bare bones zombies? Because again, that is what zombies built its whole lifeblood off of. And the fact that we're going to a system where in this game, realize this, guys, In Nocturne Totem, there are barriers, right? We are moving away from barriers in this zombies game. Like, is this even zombies? We're getting a zombies game without barriers? Now, I get it. Barriers don't really have that much of a usage, but it is a cool way to make camping strategies in certain zombies maps. And the fact that we're going completely away from that, to me, is just kind of sad. Like, it's just, we're removing what made zombies so special.
Why are you even mentioning barriers as if it's relevant at all? Nobody used them, and Carpenter's function got replaced anyway. So there is literally no substance to your fucking argument here. I see no purpose in bringing this up. And it also is pretty dishonest that you mentioned the classic mode leaks, but don't bring up how 90% of your own points could be fixed in that one mode. You can't just gloss over a substantial piece of information and act like it's not a big deal.
I will have to say though, like in terms of the wonder weapons, like, okay, the ray gun is back, whatever, we know that. The jet gun, why is the jet gun back on a map that isn't transit? And then like people thought it was transit, but then it isn't. And then the pack-a-punch is the buried church, but in the dark ether. I'm confused. I don't know what Liberty Falls is. It just to me seems like maybe they were planning on doing transit remastered and then last second put like a generative AI zombies map. I don't understand. So
okay, so this is just generally fucking stupid. Why are you bringing up the jet gun in a negative light? It looks cool. It looks like it's good again. Why are you not excited for this after not seeing it for 12 years? And they never marketed it like it would be transit remastered. It's the fault of the community for assuming that, and people like you who have been baiting it for years. Remember when you talked about Cold War's first map being a transit remastered? Because I do.
Apart from that, you have the zombies mode with transit. You have the transit Die Rise and Buried Victus remix maps for the dark ether that I think will be sprinkled throughout. I believe
it's funny because you also did the exact same thing this year about Liberty Falls before we had any info at all.
With the two zombies maps that we know for Black Ops 6 Zombies, we know that they're going to be adding a city map, apparently with a jet gun in it, so it could be transit, or they're going to be adding in a pirate island. And
it's clickbaity YouTubers' fault, like yourself, for creating these false expectations just for people to be disappointed.
But the mystery box is just still pointless, especially now that they added in a new gobblegum that when you activate it and just randomly get it in the game, you just automatically get the wonder weapon. So literally, what is the point of the mystery box when you spawn in with a better weapon than anything in the box? Like,
you get a wonder weapon from spinning the mystery box.
The power-ups are back as well, but then again, they've fully removed Carpenter and replaced it with full armor. And to me, like I said, this is just disrespectful. Like, I do like the change they added with Carpenter in Black Ops Cold War, where it refilled your shield, or in Black Ops 4. But the fact that they've just completely removed it is just kind of insane to me.
It's not disrespectful. The drop serves the same purpose. It doesn't matter.
Augments are a new system in Black Ops 6 that are kind of like weapon kits in a way, but just for your abilities. And to me, this is just kind of uninspired. When you look at the menus for this, a lot of the changes for the major and minor augments don't really seem like they do that much of a difference. It's kind of like a gobblegum system, but it ends up being more like the talisman system in Black Ops 4, where it's there, but it doesn't really matter. And it just seems very uninspired comparatively to gobblegums. And
how? It's the most unique thing to zombies we have had since the Black Ops 4 perk system. But it's actually not dog shit, at least from what we can tell, which we can't because the game isn't out yet. You have not even a half-baked conclusion to this system.
I have to say the live encounters for this game are really cool and something that will spice up the map, but I don't understand why they're advertising this as a new feature. We've seen this back in World War II Zombies in Shadowed Throne, just specifically for that one map, and then they just never added it in again until now. So I don't really understand why they're trying to advertise that as a new thing.
Because it's a new thing for Treyarch, and either way, it's a good idea, and we haven't seen it in so long, and I'm glad it's there. It helps a lot with immersion. You're just trying to put it in a negative light to make things seem worse than they actually are.
And to me, every zombie just looks like they take so many bullets again, and this was one of my least favorite aspects of Cold War. Like, I don't want to dump 2 2 megs into a zombie to take it out. Like that.
Okay, so hold up. You just said the balance is completely broken and that you're too powerful on spawn and all this shit. Then later on, you state that now all of a sudden you're too weak. Yet again, you contradict yourself and you do it all the time.
Which is why I really want to say we absolutely need a classic mode. Again, this won't fix the Warzone engine of streaming in assets to the game. And what I mean by this is I believe in Black Ops Cold War, the footage of this game just looks horrendous because it's based on the Warzone engine. And because of the YouTuber video codec that you watch YouTube videos on, the gameplay can never really look as good as even something as 10 years old like Black Ops 3 Zombies, because it's built on an engine where every single tiny minute detail has to be extremely precise and extremely well detailed. And so because of that, it loses all of the actual look of the gameplay.
Okay, so that's actually just not true. I have streamed and recorded Cold War myself and played it just as much, if not more than you, Lex. This game looks like shit in footage because the game itself just looks like shit. Cold War's engine wasn't the Modern Warfare engine and it looked like garbage. Go look at like a Merc music video. His footage looks so good and crisp, and so does mine on this game. Like, it has nothing to do with that. Cold War's engine looks like shit in the same way Black Ops 4's does. It has nothing to do with texture quality or realism because both have shit texture quality and even worse lighting.
And I also want to bring this tweet up by Brian here because people like Brian fail to understand that Black Ops 4 Zombies is also modern. It started the whole trend into the simplification of Warzone mechanics because Black Ops 4 was too difficult for casuals.
No, it didn't. It literally just failed. It flopped. Most of the hardcore community doesn't even like Black Ops 4 either. It was just too much change, and not only that, it sucked. Cold War was made in response to the flop that was Black Ops 4, not because of just Warzone. And to say that dude's entire point is wrong because you think Black Ops 4 is somehow modern zombies is kind of crazy, because his point was that the past is always there. If you like it, especially with custom maps for Black Ops 3, just go back and play it. It's that simple. You don't have to buy the game.
Also, is that not the point of what an Easter egg is? Like, you don't want 100% of players completing the Easter eggs because, I mean, it's simply an Easter egg. Will it just make this too easy? Like, because of Black Ops 6 Easter egg simplification now, is the main Easter egg quest we're getting for Terminus and Liberty Falls going to be even easier than D Machines?
This is just an assumption, nothing more, and they have never phrased it like you could be right in any way, shape, or form, especially when all they have ever said about the Easter eggs is that they will be complex and hard. Another thing you misunderstand is that nowadays, Easter eggs aren't Easter eggs, they are main quests. They have been that for a very, very long time. This is nothing new. I don't know what your point is here.
To me, it just seems there's a small vocal minority on Twitter that don't want anybody to have fun but themselves, also known as camo grinders, and that's kind of it. Like, they just want the whole game to be super simple, super hand-fed to them, not ever wanting to actually replay the map over and over and to learn the strategies of the map. And
you're just insulting new fans here, straight up. People can like modern zombies. That's totally okay. They are not wrong for doing that. And not only that, but yet again, right? If some people do just want a camo grind, then boom, Liberty Balls, they can just go play that map. Treyarch said literally that they are supposed to be two totally different experiences.
I do have to say, I do like the camo grind of Zombies, but it shouldn't be 99% of the playable content in the game as it is for a lot of players. And this was one of my biggest fears, that Zombies would just end up becoming a camo grinder, which seemingly has happened.
Yet again, a massive fucking assumption when you're literally showing gameplay of what Treyarch claims to be the biggest map they have ever released in the entire mode, with the most amount of side Easter eggs they have ever put in a map. Like, this is just an assumption based on literally nothing.
Quickly going over the two maps for Terminus, I am definitely going to be playing this one first on launch, and I am genuinely excited for this map, but the intro just sucks, and the encounters and the boat gameplay is cool, but it's not new. Boats are from Outbreak, and the encounters are from World War II Zombies. This map is giving me more transit vibes than Liberty Falls, which is kind of insane considering a lot of people thought Liberty Falls was going to be a transit remaster.
Boats are new to round based. This is the first like mainstream vehicle transportation we have had in a zombies map since Shadows of Evil.
You would never get the Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, or Water War Freedom of Zombies ever again. That's just what it is. It's not made. This is not made for old school classic zombie fans, my nigga. It's made for these new ADHD spare fucking fans that needs everything handed to them.
Yet again, you are using this dog shit video for no reason. Insulting people who like modern zombies for liking it is just fucking dumb. Stop doing it.
Overall, I'm genuinely disappointed in Black Ops 6 Zombies, as it's basically Cold War 2 with better mechanics, but I'm still gonna remain optimistic and will buy it and play zombies, as I mean, we've all been starved now for over 4 years.
Yeah, yet again, all this rambling when you're just gonna buy the game anyway.
It just shows that Treyarch is a new company moving into a modernized era, and it's absolutely undeniable that Warzone has ruined the identity of Call of Duty Zombies.
Okay, it's still just one giant fucking assumption that you're making. Undeniable is insane. All you have done is show me within these 2 videos is that you are literally just simply pandering to a negative narrative in order to make profit off of it. That's all you've shown me, especially with this fucking title, and I have yet to be shown how zombies is somehow doomed. And I'm not gonna act like you don't bring up valid points, especially ones I agree with, but 80% of this video is fucking garbanzo. I especially like how you understand that if we want things to be a certain way, we need to play more of things like the classic mode and Terminus to show them what we truly want as a community, and that I appreciate. And one last thing I'm going to clarify before I move on. I firmly believe that Lex is behaving in this manner also because he just doesn't want another Black Ops 4 incident, because simply this game just gives off Black Ops 4 vibes. That's just what it does. And around that time, zombies YouTubers, most of the popular ones that you know, they got blamed for why Black Ops 4 was shit. I don't think he wants another Black Ops 4. That's genuinely the reason why. I think he's just trying to play it safe.
I wanted to make sure that I was not a part of anything being said before the reveal, as the community has already blamed people such as myself and Milo for the downfall of Black Ops 4 Zombies, which is so absurd. If my opinion bothers you that much, just go enjoy the game yourself. I'm telling you how I feel as a fan of the Zombies mode since Black Ops 1 and World at War. And
my problem with this is that you used to call the community out for behavior like this, and now you are a part of it. I don't think your position is fair or does any good in any way, which is exactly why I am firmly standing against it. Now remember, Blame Truth's failed abortion? Let's hear what he has to say about Black Ops 6.
A certified hood classic? Well, let's get it.
Wintertime, all the time, ooh, yeah. Look at the way that I move. Disrespectful and I'm rude, okay? I had cocaine in the school.
This is like multiplayer or some shit, bro. This don't even look like zombies. It doesn't feel like zombies. It is not fucking zombies.
Number 1, please define what is zombies. 2, feels like trash when you haven't even played the fucking game is a massive jump. You can say looks all day, but you cannot get a feel for it because you have never actually fucking played it.
You want to get all, like, I already hate fucking Battle Royale games. The fact that even everything has gotten Battle Royale now. And it's sad the way that Call of Duty went from having a fucking identity to just ripping off other fucking identities. And this is what you get now. You get this Cold War 2 DLC looking ass motherfucking game with this zombie that look fucking terrible with these loadouts, with this fucking this health shit when you shoot the zombie. This shit looks cartoony and trash as hell.
Turn it off? Like, I'm serious. Just turn it off. Just turn off the health bars, dude. Holy fuck, what a crazy concept. And last time I checked, this isn't Battle Royale, so I'm not sure what your point is.
I see the nigga get to like round 40 in about like what, 20 minutes? Like, bro, this is for casual players. I told you guys before.
You act like your garbage opinion holds any fucking value at all, or even that it's correct.
And I told y'all, my nigga, I said this shit was gonna suck. I said it. Nobody wanted to believe me, bro. Nobody wanted to believe me, bro. I was just hating, right? Oh, Jay, Ranch, you're just hating. The game haven't come out yet. How about you wait? And okay, I waited some more. I waited for more gameplay. I waited for this beta. I did my research. I looked at everything. I'm not buying this garbage.
Saying that it would be implies that the game is somehow out and that somehow you have made a definitive claim, when all you have seen is a beta build with apparently your fingers in your fucking ears because they have said this shit so many times. I looked at everything when you clearly didn't. I don't even think I need to explain that in any way, shape, or form. And the argument that the game isn't out yet is still valid because it isn't.
You no way. I'm spending my hard-earned money on this piece of garbage.
Okay, then don't spend it. Seriously, nobody fucking cares.
This is sad. This gameplay I'm looking at, it looks fucking sad. And this is what happens when you try to appeal to everybody. This is what happens when you try to appeal to everybody. It's a dumbed down, casual looking motherfucking zombie mode.
This is what happens when you try to appeal to everybody, and yet you ignore the one map that is specifically made to appeal to you. No shit, it doesn't appeal to you, when Treyarch has stated so many times that Liberty Falls is not really intended to appeal to hardcore classic fucking players. How many times does that need to be stated before people use their goddamn brains? But no, we are going to openly ignore the hardcore experience that is intended for us, because that doesn't really appeal to the narrative we're trying to spill.
Like I said, I told you so, man.
The only thing you have told me is that you're a fucking idiot.
And all you meat riders can fuck yourselves, my nigga. Like, if you use my comment section, sucking my meat, deep drone my dick, what you gotta say now?
Anyone who disagrees with me is XYZ.
You can't call this shit zombies. This isn't zombies, bro.
It is indeed zombies.
Just some bullshit. Some big old glob of bullshit.
The only thing that's shit is your content.
This is not what people wanted. This is not what the real fans wanted. I'm not speaking for you meat riders that go and buy Call of Duty, whatever. You guys gonna buy it regardless, no matter what. Cause you guys are fucking dick eaters. I'm speaking for the real fucking fans.
I hate this goddamn narrative that you are indeed speaking to the real fans. I have said this so many times. You are not shit. There are no real fans. Everybody is just as valid of a fan as another. Get off your fucking high horse because you're not shit.
This shit, look at this health bars is still here. Fucking health bars is still in the game.
Like I said, you claim to know everything and can't even recognize you can turn that shit off.
I don't get how y'all can just constantly just lose people like just lose the ability to listen.
Apparently, you have lost your ability to listen as well.
I told y'all this is Treyarch of new. This isn't Treyarch of old. They want to appeal to the new players.
That is not an inherently bad thing. I don't understand why you think that is, but yet again, the only thing I've heard from you in this entire video is that the game is shit because it's not a carbon copy of the same thing you have been playing for 10 or so years straight, which is a terrible argument, might I add.
I guess it's another year playing Black Ops 3 custom maps, my nigga. We back on it. We back in it, baby. Call of Duty Black Ops 3 custom maps, nigga, we back!
And enjoy doing that while uploading complete and utter fucking slop. And I'm sorry for the abrupt tonal shift, but yet again, when you're openly insulting people for just disagreeing with you and all of this shit, I'm going to talk to you in the same way. Because it's videos like this, even the small ones, that are so toxic. Now, I love Cobra, alright? He is one of the most underrated YouTubers on the platform, and he deserves to be so much bigger than he is. But I am sorry, I just need to talk about what you said in this video.
I did not even bother trying whatever this was, and after finding out what Vanguard did, I'm even more glad I never bought that shit. The people were sold a dream again. We're going back to our roots. Ground-based zombies is back, only to showcase how far up in the cloud these developers truly are.
Number one, like I said before, it is round-based. They never said anything about classic, and they even explicitly told us Cold War mechanics would be in the mode.
Why does it feel and look like Warzone?
I already talked about the feeling part when yet again, the game isn't out yet. And outside of the Liberty Falls color grading, you never specify how this looks like Warzone.
And also like Cold War, why can we see the health bar as zombies?
You can turn them off.
Where is that horror that zombies used to have, or let alone a feeling that was entirely separate from other game modes? That is definitely null and void at this point.
Okay, but is that same energy there for Terminus? I mean, this shit doesn't look like Warzone, and yet all you talk about is Liberty Falls.
The discourse at the moment is that the zombies community does not know what they want, apparently, and others are tired of people comparing everything to Black Ops 3 zombies. But the thing is, this version of BO6 seems to offer nothing of any type of zombies.
The zombies community does know what it wants, but no one can articulate anything because they are being fed constant hordes of misinformation and bullshit. And honestly, the bullshit wasn't ever really started by Treyarch. Yeah, they said they were going back to round-based, but they never implied anything that was ever assumed. They never brought up that we were going back to anything like Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, or Black Ops 3. They were actually incredibly transparent with us. The zombies community and certain members just made shit up out of thin air, like usual, and everybody ran with it. And it's not even the community's fault. It's the fault of the people who put out the misinformation in the first place. The next segment of this video is going to be dedicated to just generally stupid comments, filler videos, or just weird ass sentiments I see in the community that I would like to address. We're gonna start off with the most despicable motherfucker in the entire community, Mr. T Lexify again. The excuses I hear surrounding this disgusting behavior is absolutely unacceptable. I mean, seriously, all this guy fucking does is just steal people's content. He literally just takes people's ideas and then does the exact same thing and tries to act like it's his idea, like it's his original content. I mean, seriously, look at this most recent example. Look at Lucky 7's video and look at his. It's the exact same fucking video. You even have people in your own comment section calling you out for being a content stealing fucking rat. I mean, I'm serious. This dude is literally fucking all for one. But instead of stealing people's fucking quirks, he steals their content. Like, it's actually diabolical. And I know Lex watching this is gonna get really pissed off, but dude, I mean, come on, this shit's blatant. And there is just so many examples of this. This type of react content is just incredibly predatory, and he knows what he's doing too. And I mean, seriously, like, some of these have almost the exact same fucking title. He does not only copy people's thumbnails and titles, he copies their entire video series. This is disgusting. How can you defend this shit? The most diabolical example of this was what he did to Xenixy, or Aiden, as I'm gonna refer to him in this video. You see, Aiden released a video called Pack-a-Punching All Weapons on the Hardest Black Ops 1 Map. Take a guess right now what you think Lex's video was, literally like a couple weeks later. Literally nearly the same goddamn thumbnail with literally the same fucking title. And this motherfucker is so openly diabolical that when Lex opened his tabs while he was recording the video, you can literally see Aiden's video. They have the same title. It's the same video. How can you be so blatantly fucking disgusting? And the craziest thing too is that he only does this to smaller channels that he knows won't fight back. They won't copyright strike him. They won't call him out. They won't do shit because it's never gonna work well for them because of the massive disparity in channel size. And then we wonder why, like, people aren't even as creative in this community anymore. It's because of you. It's because of literally people like fucking you. You are the biggest problem in this community, I swear. Like, I'm serious. How can you defend this shit? This guy is literally fucking evil. Like, just blatantly fucking evil. Like, it's genuinely sad that people in this community just straight up brag about getting blocked by you. It's like a competition to see who can get blocked by you first. Like, I'm serious. It's literally a badge of honor to get blocked by you because of just how blatantly disgusting and disliked you are in this community. Now to talk about some of the fucking other sentiments that are just terrible in the community. Me and other YouTubers are not Activision shills simply because we use our fucking brains and don't just immediately jump the gun on a game that's not even out yet. Number 2, stop defending just blatantly scumbag shit like Lex stealing content. And the excuse that he is somehow giving these channels publicity is actually bullshit. All he does is take their traction. And here is literally an example of this. This video would have gotten the same, if not more, traction if Lex never reacted to it. The only thing it did was hurt his video and then give Lex more publicity. It's disgusting. He is not giving anybody any fucking thing except himself. And the third type of comment I see are just these fucking idiots that think I just try to blatantly stir up drama for no reason. Calling out blatantly disgusting behavior will never be a bad thing. And the fact that all of you called out Mr. Dalek JD for him stealing content and then come back and defend Lex is insane. And there was such an uproar over Mr. Dalek JD, but not even a single fucking whimper about Lex. You guys are insanely hypocritical. Another thing I'm going to point out are just these absolutely filler fucking videos. How was this video this long? It's literally one subject. And even this, like, I don't understand how Activision is silencing creators. You barely even addressed this point in the video. This is a fucking mess. Mr. Dalek JD and Chopper being invited to COD Next just shuts that shit down. The majority of our OG Zombies YouTubers, they got invited to a private event, an event specifically for them. Like, I'm serious. Like, this is what the community means with we are ungrateful. I mean, come on. Warzone players aren't getting private events. Multiplayer players aren't getting private events, they aren't getting shit. We got that. That's still something that was dedicated for us. The entire Milo marketing campaign was for him. So I'm serious. I truly do not understand how to this day we are just this ungrateful. These things should be celebrated instead of just openly complaining about this shit. The purpose of this video is to yet again call out misinformation, because so much unnecessary negativity has been spread in this community for just far too long now. And it's sad to see, because the community won't be destroyed by Treyarch or even Activision at this point. We would have done it to ourselves. So think twice before you buy into all of this bullshit. Measure your expectations and be excited, but just not too much. Anyway, bye.
Hey, there's no time to relax. Shimmy, shimmy, yeah, shimmy, yeah, shimmy, yeah. Drag. Swalla, la,